Everybody, today I'm going to be doing a tutorial for you for a company by the name of Couture Creations. I am guest designing for them at the moment, and the paper collection I'm going to be working with today is a collection called Lest We Forget. Now, some of you around the world may not realize, but next weekend on April the 25th is Anzac Day, which is a memorial day for Australia and New Zealand. And the paper collection I'm using is called Lest We Forget, and it's to commemorate this special day. This year will be vastly different to every other year in my life. This year, because of the current world situation, there will be no parades on Anzac Day. There will be no dawn services on Anzac Day. And it's a very sad thing. It really is. So I want to make something that I can have at home. I have made some cards. I have made some cards that I will be sending out tomorrow, just very solemn and respectful types of cards using the same collection, the Lest We Forget collection. But today I want to make something that I can have personally at home to use on Anzac Day. And so the papers I'm going to be using are the paper number 7, paper number 2, and paper number 4. So that's number 4. I hope you can see that. It does have flowers on the other side. That's paper number 2. And that also has flowers on the other side. And this one is paper number 7, and it is full of poppies, and it is green on the other side. I'll also be using some of my own cardstock in a complementary colour. I'll be using the Turbo Precision Glue Pen from Couture Creations along with the stainless steel scissors. And I will be using 2 dies, the Anzac Day die and also the Slouch Hat die. I may use other things, but this is what I intend to use at the moment. Oh, and I may also use some scraps, and this is paper number 5. And as you can see, I've used part of it and I have this little piece left. Okay, so to start with, I'm just going to take my cardstock, and this particular cardstock measures 10 by 12 inches. So I'm just going to get my scoreboard out, and I need a large scoreboard for this particular project. There it is. Okay, so put those to one side, and with my scoreboard I'm going to be scoring. I'm going to be putting it lengthways like that to start with, and I'm going to be scoring at 5 3/4 inch, which is here. Is that right? Yep, that's right. So 5 3/4 inch. And I'm also going to be scoring at 11.5. How can that be? Must be 12 inches. Oh, it is 12 inches. Sorry, I'm thinking something different. At 11.5 inches. Sorry, I didn't want to put my arms completely in the way there, but okay, so we've got 5 3/4 and 11.5 inches. And I'm going to do the same on the other sheet. And then I'm going to flip it the other way like that, and I'm going to score it at the 6-inch mark as well on both of those. So I've just got the small 1/2-inch part down the bottom, and I'll be scoring these at 6 inches. Okay, now we can move that out of the way. Okay, and with our little scissors, I'm just going to be, can you see those score lines? I'm just going to, on an angle, cut to there, like that. And then I'm going to cut that little piece there off, and that's the shorter section. And this is actually, it's like a pop-up card. I was sent one quite a few years ago, and it was really lovely. I think it was from Carolyn, to be honest, and I loved it, and I thought I might like to make one for myself for Anzac Day, but I'm not going to use it as a card. I'm actually just going to be using it as a table centerpiece. I'm also angling the bottom part of that 1/2-inch there, as well as this little bit here. Okay. So these sorts of things have been around for many, many years. Okay, so we have our 2 pieces that look like that. And now I also want to be cutting down there as well. It's a very overcast day here today, so I hope it's bright enough for you to see. Had a lot of thunder this morning, not a lot of rain, but there was some lightning, so it will do the garden good anyway. Okay, so we have our piece there like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold them over like that. And this one I will be folding back the opposite way, like that. So we've got that one folded that way, the little one, and the 2 flaps there like that. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing on this. I'm going to fold those 2 down, like that. And this one will go the opposite way. And I will also fold them in half, like that. That one in half like that. And these will all be joined together to be forming quite a large box. And the reason I want it large is because, like I said, it's going to be a table centerpiece. Okay. So now, before I join them together, I actually want to be decorating the outside and the tops of these flaps. I'm not going to be decorating under here. So I need to get my measurements for that. Okay, so each of these pieces I want to be cutting 3 3/4. Oh, yep, 3 3/4 by about about there. Oh, I don't know what that is in inches. It's not 5 1/4. It's between 5 1/4 and 5 1/2. So what's that? 1, 2, 3/4 or 3 3/8. 3/8, 5 3/8. So let me just write that down. 5 3/8 by, what did I say it was? 3 3/4. 3 3/4. Okay, see, I'm still learning, aren't I? So I need 4 of those, and then I need 4 at 5 3/8 by 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. Okay, so 5 5/8. So 5 3/8 by 5 5. 5 5/8. Okay, so I need 4 of each of those, and then I will be back. Okay, so I have 4 pieces at 4 3/8 by 5 5/8, and that's for the bottom part, like this. So I'll put, I kind of want to have that at the front, I think, with the poppies on it. And the other 2 can go on the other one, like that. And perhaps we'll have it like that and that. Okay. And then that will be the front. So that will come down like that. And I will have, oh, maybe I'll have the writing there. And that writing says, "They shall grow not old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them." So I put that one there, and we'll have that one there. And then on the back, and I have to kind of make sure which is the back, which will be this one here. So that one will go there, and this one will go here, and I'm going to cut up and around the flame. Okay, I'm sorry, my phone went off. So I want to be cutting up and around the picture of the flame on that one. I'm not sure whether to round the corners. I may actually round the corners on all of these as well. And what I'm going to do is use the double-sided tape, which is the 3mm double-sided tape, to attach all these pieces to the cardstock, and then I will be back. Okay, so I've stuck all those on apart from the back piece, and like that, this is the back piece, that's the flap, there's the little fold, and this is the one that I want on the front. So that will be attached like that, and that will come around like that. It's quite big, isn't it? Might have to go on a shelf rather than on the table. We'll have to wait and see, because I don't really want to be looking down into it. I want to, you know, be able to see it. So on this piece, that will be standing up like that. So I want this piece here will be this piece here, but I need to have it up a little bit higher like that, and I need to kind of back it. So I think I will have to find some paper for that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've popped this cutout onto the lightweight cardstock, and I've doubled it over at the top there just to add a bit of strength. I am going to be placing it about there. So there will be a little gap down the bottom, but because it's on the inside, it's not going to be noticeable. So that one that will be like that. And I'll probably put some flowers or something down here to disguise it just a little bit as well. So I'll go ahead and I'll put double-sided tape on the, oh actually I might just ink around the back of this a little bit first. Just got a little bit showing there, not wearing the right glasses I don't think. I won't see the other bit. Okay, so what was I doing? I was just going to put a little bit of ink on the back of the flame there that will be noticeable. Right, and what I will do is put the double-sided tape from there to there, and there, to there, and across here, like that, and like that, and maybe just a couple in the center as well. Like that, and then stick that on, and then I'll be back. Okay, I've done that, but now I need to put some double-sided tape on this other section here, on this little flap piece, and connect that before I stick that little piece there down. So, and you can use double-sided tape or you could use glue for this, that's entirely up to you. I'm using the 3mm double-sided tape from Couture Creations. Okay, now I just want to be lining that up nice and straight. And hopefully this tape is quite forgiving at first. You've got, that's it, that's nice. Okay, so then I'll just stick that down now, and so that one will come around like that, see, and that's how it's going to be. And I did piece that together, did I tell you? I found enough because I only had like 4 pieces of the paper, and I still need to use 1 piece for the flowers. Okay, so what's next? Oh, okay, now I need to make some little pieces. Now our measurement here, I think, was 5 3/8. Was it 5 6/8? 5 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right, 5 and 5. 5.75. Is that right? Oh, okay. Yep, it's about 5 3/4. So I need to make some little pieces that length for inside. So I'll just cut some little pieces, probably about 1 inch. Okay, so I've cut some little strips, and they're 1 inch by about 6 3/4. And I'm just going to get my little scoreboard now from Couture Creations. I love this little scoreboard. And I'm going to be scoring each end at 1/2 inch. Might be best to do it this way, so I'm just, I've got so many lights on here at the moment because it's an overcast day. It's a little bit hard for me to see those numbers. So I've done 1/2 inch on each end. See that? So I've got that one and that one. And that, hopefully, will measure 5 3/4 inches. Yes. And they will be going inside the box. So I'll go ahead and I will score all these little strips 1/2 inch on each end. Alright, so I've scored each end, and I've also attached a little bit of the 3mm double-sided tape to those. But before I put them on, I need to go away, and on my paper number 7, there are all these lovely poppies. Now, poppies are the emblem for Anzac Day, and I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut quite a few of these poppies out so I can attach them to these little tabs so it ends up looking like a bouquet of flowers, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have cut some small thin pieces of acetate here. And what I'm doing is on the back side of the little strips I make, I'm attaching some of the double-sided tape. I'm just breaking pieces off and putting it behind there. I am then taking that off, placing one of my strips. Now each layer I've done different size pieces of strips so that the back ones stand up higher than the front ones. And what I've done with all the flowers that I cut out, as I go along with the next layer, I've just placed them behind there to get the idea of, I mean, it's not going to look exactly like that, but to give an idea of what things will look like. Okay, so they probably need to come down a little bit more than that. So this one is going to go about there, like that. So I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the end of that piece of acetate there, on this side of it, and just pop that on there like that. And then the next one is this one here, and that's going to, I'm going to put that in there, like attach that to the other side once again with some double-sided tape. I'll do that now. It'll be easier to cut it, of course. And they're not all spaced evenly apart. Like if I wanted one overlapping more than normal, I would put it a bit closer. So I'm putting one of the strips on here like that, turning it over, and the next flower is this one here. I kind of want it sitting up a little bit more, so that's only going to need a little bit of tape on the end of that one. It's not going to need as big a piece, so I'm just going to cut off. Oh, where did that go? Oh no. Just at the top there, like that. Take that off and attach that just like so. And so when that sits behind, you'll just see bits of it poking out. And I'm going to go along and finish these off now, and then I'm going to attach them to the box. Okay, so they're all stuck on now, and that was paper number 7 I was using for those poppies there. There's an extra one there. Did that come off, or oh, just must be an extra? I might need it, might not. I do have a few more left. I wasn't sure how many I would need, but and And some of these are the ones that are right on the edge. See how they're cut off? So I left those till the end. I put 3 of the poppies along the bottom of this section here just to help it blend in a little bit. And now I'm going to attach these. I've never done this before, but I did watch a couple of tutorials, and I will put a link down the bottom in the description box below to the one I found the most useful and the one I more closely followed. I only really watched them for the construction of the card and not the decorating part, because I think that is just something that's best left to ourselves to do, isn't it? Okay, so from my understanding, we attach them like that. That's going to be too high, isn't it? Oh, maybe I'll start from the front. That way, I can, because I know I need to be able to see the front like that. So I'll start with the front, and I'm going to take one side off, which is the left-hand side, and I'm going to place that there. I'm coming down about just over about ½ an inch, I guess. That's going to go like that. Oh, I hope this works. Okay, like that. So then we get our next one, and we do the same thing. First I want to have a little look. I might just bring that down. Oh, how is that going to work? It's not. It's got to go like that, and I've got to see it like that. Oh, no. Stop. Okay, start again. That has to go there. Up at the front, but not exactly right at the front. So I'm going to set it about there. Oh, my goodness. So that goes like that. Right. And our next one is going to go like that. There. Yes, that's right. Bear with me. This. Okay, so that one goes, I'm putting it about an inch apart. There's 4 of them, so I should be right doing it like that. And then the next one is this one here. But if I put that up, that's getting really high, so I may just drop it down a little bit. So I'll take that one. That's what I like about this double-sided tape. It's actually, it doesn't, you can remove it briefly, which is really nice. So I've just dropped that down about 1/4 inch. That one can go there. Oh, I hope this looks all right. And then the last one, I'll drop that one down 1/4 inch as well, and put that on like that. Oh, I hope that's, ooh, that's a lot of poppies, isn't it? I may even get my little glitter pen and put a bit of glitter in some of those poppies. That might be nice. Okay, so now what we have to do, okay, I think I have to do that. So I need to, they're all like that, lined up quite well. And then oh, I hope this is right. I can't remember. It's the thing, I watch things and I think I know what to do and then I forget. So let's just have a look. But that's how you learn, isn't it? Doing it your own way. You get ideas and inspiration from people, but then you go away and do it the way you do it. Okay, and then this part here folds over like that. Ooh, I hope this works. Okay, and then when we open it, oh look, it worked. But first, oh, it did work. Do I want the one right at the back quite so high? Maybe I'll move the one down the back down just a little bit so I can see how it's a little bit high there. Oh, that's quite pretty. I like that. Just so I can see. Oh, how am I going to do that? Okay, carefully. I'm going to do it very carefully. I just want to move the one down the back down just a little bit. See what I mean about the tape? Now it will stick, but it doesn't stick solid straight away, which is really nice. So I've moved that down just a bit more, like that. Okay, so now we're doing that. Make sure they're straight. That one, like that. That one, like that. And that one. There. Like that. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? That might be a bit better because it's not so high. Oh, I'm glad that worked. Okay, now I need to put some double-sided tape on here as well. So we'll do that now. Oh, I think I needed to make sure that's stuck, I think, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put some double-sided tape. Where is the end? There, and I'm going to put 2 pieces. Keeping it just on the inner side of that. There. Okay. On the inner side of the fold. I don't want it coming over the fold. Okay, so now we're going to can't see. There like that, and that there, and like that, and then that is all done like that. Oh, I do like that. That turned out quite well, and I think I will put some, what was I putting on? Glitter. See, they're quite long and that's why they're moving, but that's okay. They're poppies. They're meant to move a little bit, aren't they? Hang on, I've got one here and one here. Okay, that's all right. And of course, to fold it up, all you do is that. You can have it like that or like that. And you can put it away. You see that it's a card. It's meant to be a card, but of course I haven't made it as a card. It's far too big for a card, I think. So, what am I doing? That annoys me a little bit, how they're a bit long, but there's not a lot I can do about that, is there? How they, see how they lean forward because they're so long. They don't want to stand up that much. How can I get rid of that? I don't know whether I can. I think I know how I could if I wanted to. because they're so long, see how they're leaning forward a little bit? The other ones are all alright. It's just this back row. I wonder if, I don't have a lot left, but if that is long enough, it is. Maybe I'll cut a piece off this. And attach it. Oh, I know what I could do. I could weave it a little bit, perhaps. Would that help? I need to weave it the other way because it's the middle one that's falling a little bit. If I weave it like that and just glue the outer ones, that may stop it from leaning forward. Okay, so let me just get a little bit of tape. Oh, hang on, I've got to make sure I got it the right way. So out and in, so it needs to be on this side, like that. And the same on this side down here. And hopefully I'll be able to weave that in all right. So it's not too noticeable. So out, and in, like that. And I'm sitting at probably half an inch above the actual, oh, that was silly, Jeanette. Oh, okay. It's too long. So I need to just cut another piece. I never thought of the lens. Okay. Where is it? On that side. Okay, so we're going down to about there. I think that should work, I hope. Just to help it stand up a little bit better. How's that? Yeah, that works better. So when it's standing up, they're not just falling forward. See how they're standing up a bit better now? And that was just weaving another piece of acetate in and out of there. Okay. Now I was going to put a die cut. What was the die cut I was going to use? I had the Anzac Day die cut out, and I also had the Slouch Hat die cut, and I was going to sort of put a slouch hat on here. I don't know if it'll fit. We'll have to have a look. Like that, perhaps. I could do that. I don't know if I need Anzac Day because I don't want to cover up the the writing, but I may put the poppy. I could put, I haven't used these ones yet. I can find some paper to use it. I don't have any red. Oh, hang on. I do. Oh, look, that's it. That's what I've got left. It is a bit bright compared to that though. Or I could use, I wonder if I could, no, it's not quite enough. I was going to cut it out of those red poppy. Oh, hang on, what's this? Okay, I've got this little bit here. I could use those flowers and cut it out of that one, and that one, and put one there. Maybe one there. Oh, there's a really nice one as well. Where is it? It's really quite pretty. I wonder if I'll use that one. Maybe not that little poppy. This one I really like. And this is called Standing Poppies. This one, it's really, really pretty. It's not just that though, there's the other one. So of course that will come that way. So I could make one out of that. Maybe that one in that corner, although I don't think I'll need it. Maybe that one there, I could cut the stalk down perhaps, or maybe not. And the slouch cap there. And I think that will look nice. Okay, I'll come back once I've cut those out and put them on. Okay, so that is it folded, and that is it standing up. I did put the slouch cap on. I did put the lovely little standing poppy on there as well. I really like that one, and I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. This is just one of the last poppies that had the cut on the edge there, but I just wanted to show you. See, I've put a little tiny bit of, it's like a bronze gold glitter right in the center of some of the poppies. It's not enough to be overly noticeable, but it does just catches the light a little bit. Can you see that? It just catches the light a little bit, and I didn't want to overpower it, so I did do that just to these types of poppies. And I also just put a little bit on the flame at the top across there as well, but I didn't want it all glamorous because it's not the occasion for that sort of thing. And I think I forgot to mention, I added some of the little spare poppies just on that back piece there, tucked in behind where I cut everything out there, and I think that just finished that back piece quite nicely, like that. I do want to mention how I absolutely love these little scissors for fussy cutting. They are so good, and they're not so tiny that it's hard to get your fingers in and out of. So I really like those scissors. I use these for a lot of things now, especially paper fussy cutting. So I did just want to mention that. So I think that was all. I don't think I need to mention anything else. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And do remember, this sort of project, it's not just for Anzac Day. You can do this for any kind of occasion, for a birthday treat for somebody. Mother's Day is coming up here in Australia soon as well. Just as a springtime or autumn decoration, wherever you are in the world. Christmas time, it's an ideal, and of course you can do it much smaller than this one. I just wanted to make a bit of a statement on Anzac Day because we can't do anything else this year. We can't have our family over, we can't visit, we can't go to any parades, we can't go to the dawn service. So this is just my way that our little household here at the moment can remember the day. So take care, everybody, and thank you. And there will be a blog post over on the Couture Creations blog, and I will link that in the description box below also. Take care now. Bye. Okay, so after looking at the video, I realized I needed to do a bit more to this. So I've used the little stamp that I received from Couture Creation called Poppy Leaves, and that looks like this. And with all the scrap paper that I had left, all the little bits, I stamped the leaves and cut them out, and I've placed them in between some of the poppies, as you can see, and I think that makes it look a little bit more lush. There we go. I also added these flowers to the front here. I just felt it needed a little bit more decoration on the front. And so that's what it looks like. And I also put a couple of dies on these side pieces here as well. Just using the last little bits of paper that were left, and I've used all the paper, which makes me happy. I do like to use what I'm sent, so that's how it's turned up. I am quite pleased with it. I think it'll make a nice decoration on Anzac Day for my family. And I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care, everybody.